just found this little slice of heaven. A beautiful field with a pond just sitting in the middle. And there's two ducks here. So I have some company. Hopefully you can hear me around the wind, but I'm currently reading Wild Dark Shore by Charlotte McConaughey. In my previous video, hating on books that wasted my time, I mentioned Migrations, which is by the same author, and I love to hate on that book because I just found it like unrealistic. And this book kind of has a similar tone where it's about climate change, it's about animals, and more of the dark side of human nature. However, I'm halfway through this book and I gotta say I'm really loving it so far. It's reading like a slow burn thriller, even though its genre is literary, so that's really interesting. I'm really liking it so far. It's like I'm halfway through and it's 5 stars. Some people say the ending sucks, so or like the ending just didn't work for them, so I guess I'll see and maybe that will change my rating, but I'm liking it so far, which is like a surprise. This one is about this seed vault that is set on a remote island near Antarctica. This lady washes up on the shore of the island, and we learn that she's there looking for her husband. And there's a family living on the island who's in charge of looking after the seed vault. And there's some shady stuff going on the island. And we're slowly figuring it out with the woman who washed up, like what exactly is going on that island. So it's a beautiful mix of like suspense and like nature and animals, and I think it's really well written. I created some bug screens yesterday. I let the tape on the back cure. It's been about 22 hours. It should be enough time. As you can see, it's not finished, but how did it not get finished? Oh, I ran out of tape. I just want to try what I have on the back window and see if it works. It's not the prettiest, but it's working. So I think because I don't really love the way that it looks, thinking of just removing it and rolling it up when it's not needed. Like this, maybe. Look at all the bugs coming in now. But something like that. And then the curtain will be here. Ultimately, I would like to have a bug screen on these two windows that can be rolled up when not in use. And then I have enough leftover screen to do probably this smaller window. And then I want to do a really big bug screen for when I open these doors for the summer. I'd love to be able to open these doors in the summer and have all of that breeze come in without worrying about like wasps and bugs flying in and all that stuff. So what I'm crocheting right now, I saw this dress on Instagram and I want to try and recreate it for myself. This is the yarn that I'm using. It's an extremely soft polyester. I don't love that it's polyester. It's pretty much plastic. However, it's just so soft. And I notice like I'm much more sensitive to fabrics and like sensations more than I used to be. So I've been getting rid of a lot of clothes that feel uncomfortable on my body. And the type of yarn that I use, some of them are like, especially like cottons, they tend to be really rough and like stiff and rigid, and it just doesn't feel comfortable for me to wear. So I mostly stick with like acrylic because it's very soft. And of course I go for the plant-based or vegan yarns, not the animal-based ones. And this one, even though it's polyester, it is so extremely soft. It's going to be a joy to wear on my body. It just feels so soft. And I'm already like, I've started the top part of the dress. It's like a dress, but it's like a skirt and a top buttoned together at the sides. So I wanted to start with the top because I want it to go from white down to the dark blue in like a gradient. I think that's going to look really beautiful. And then for the buttons, if I'm able to find some seashells, I would love to do little seashell details. And then with the color, I'm going to call it my ocean dress. So I'm really excited about how it's going to turn out. I think it's going to be extremely beautiful. It might take a long time though because this yarn is so thin and I'm using a 4mm hook. Okay, this is what I have so far. I didn't feel like crocheting the straps today, but I did it because they need to be white to match the ombre theme. So I ended up crocheting the straps that are going to go around the shoulder and loop around in the back. And took quite a while because each strap is 150 chains, and then I had to go back up along the chain and do it all again, and then I had to do that twice. So that's what it's looking like so far. It's a few hours later and everyone else has left. Also, the air quality is not as good. I think we're getting some smoke from fires elsewhere.